Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino host Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Good morning, Vail!
Now we are diving right in with our next guest. I'm so excited because I've got the founder of Sublime Knowledge, Aaliyah Yasmin Khan, joining me here. Plus, she is also an author. So, Aaliyah, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Wonderful to be here. I love the springtime colors that you're wearing
Thank
today.
you.
We definitely need that here as we've entered into our mud season. But Aaliyah, I'm thrilled to have you here. So, tell me a bit about who you are, what is Sublime Knowledge, and beyond.
So, I'm Aaliyah Yasmin Khan. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. Sublime Knowledge is this vision that I had back in 2018 that I had to build this mindset coaching company. I realized that I understood certain aspects about the mind and I really wanted to make this information available to others. So clients come in, they have a goal, and we basically map the mind and show them what areas they need to work on as they're working towards that goal.
That's wonderful. So, how did you realize that you had this gift and you knew how to understand how to map and work towards mindset coaching?
It really came from a few sort of inspirational ideas and going through a very difficult time in my own personal life. So I think when we go through challenging times, we have to develop coping mechanisms as to how to get past those difficult times. And that's what I was able to build for myself. And when I got through that process and I noticed that this process works very effectively for me, I test ran it on a bunch of people. And I said, okay, if it's gonna work for them, then it's gonna work, and it needs to, it needs to be available for everybody. So we go through a process of mapping the mind at Sublime Knowledge, and we basically we take their goals, we plug it into the mapping of the mind, and then we are able to pinpoint, is it a shift in perception that needs to occur? Is it a shift in reasoning? Is it a shift in maybe a past traumatic situation that they're holding on to that's keeping them from reaching their goal? So it's just that understanding of where you're at, where you're trying to get to, and what's blocking, what those mental blocks are. And rewiring the subconscious mind is the secret to it.
So important, I think, in everything. And after COVID, that has really been a very important tool.
Yeah.
So what is mapping of the mind?
So mapping of the mind is, it looks at your mental perceptions, the way that you look at life. A lot of times we don't pay enough attention to the way that we see things, but we see things as the observer. And as the observer, this is learned behavior we learn from observing other people's lives. Sometimes that's a great thing, and sometimes it's not a great thing because we don't have the best role models. So it's analyzing it as we see it, and then understanding, is that thought going to get me to my goal? And that's one of the biggest sayings that I say to my clients. I'm like, is that thought going to get me to my goal? And it all starts with the thought. So if we can choose the thoughts correctly, then we can start to rewire, in the right state of mind, in the right mindset.
Oh, I love this focus in this business because May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And so I think changing your thoughts and rewiring your thoughts really does help with that mental health. So how do you find your clients? Like, how do they find you? Tell me more.
So they can find me at sublimeknowledge.com. A lot of time it's people that have worked with me. It's word of mouth for the most part, which is kind of awesome because I love my clients and they've been long-term clients for a while now. And we've seen their progression and their changes. And that's an amazing thing to see is that, it blows my mind to see that they're able to take this program and see some type of readjustment in their mindset. And this July we're having our retreat in Phoenix, which is going to be a ton of fun. So I'm super excited about that. And it's going to be Roberto Bugato is going to be there with me. He's also works on emotional coaching, so he's working on the emotional part of the mind. I'm working on the mindset part of the mind, and it's just going to be a phenomenal experience for the guests.
That's great. And so how long is the retreat? How many days?
It's 2 days. It's at the Wigwam Resort, and it's going to be a great immersive experience, and just really resetting and transforming your life through that process.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, speaking of, there are so many aspects of life, and a lot of them is business. And you wrote a book called Succeeding in Business in Any Market with Brian Tracy. So how did you decide to write this book with Brian Tracy?
So we connected, and Brian Tracy has changed my life in so many ways. He has a goal system. He's taught me to write it down, and writing it down is it's so simple, but it's the thing that most people miss. They have the ideas floating around in their mind and they don't put it to paper. And the moment that you put it to paper, you can start to understand what my goal actually is. How far away am I from it? What am I doing? Setting intentions daily to work towards the goal. It's really, he's taught me those things. So I was so excited to do this project with him. He's really a genius. And the book also consists of some other co-authors that are phenomenal in the knowledge that they bring to it. It's an amazing book.
Well, that's great. And obviously this is geared towards business, but from what you're saying, it sounds like it can be geared towards anything goal ever.
Any goal, because if you're learning how to apply leadership into your life, it's not just managing that. It could be managing relationships, managing your home life. It's the same type of leadership skills that you're going to apply into every area.
That's so important. I love that you mentioned writing things down. I think I am a firm believer of once I write it, I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of technology and how everything is just kind of stored in your phone or on your laptop or tablet or whatever it may be. But I think my retention is much better when I am writing it down.
It is, and it also gets the information into the subconscious when you're writing it down. So not just about putting it into your phone. There's a lot to the actual part of writing it and writing it repetitiously.
There is a reason when we were kids we had to write things out 5+ times.
Yes, I think about The Simpsons when Bart's writing on the board because he's screwed up in school.
It's It's true, and then you remember, and it stays in your being.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there is so much more that we could talk about, but what is your passion? What is your number one goal when people come to you? How do you start from the beginning and then kind of work with them?
Get them results. That's my number one goal, is to get them results, and get them results as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
Okay.
Because we're always about results, and we always want to get these things accomplished quickly. Some people have huge goals, and some people, it's simple goals. It's really easy goals, but they can't seem to break the paradigm. Mm-hmm. So it's about helping them to understand how to break the paradigm and get over, those humps that might be blocking them from success.
True. So can you give me an example of a couple of goals that you have, but without giving away who your clients are, or a generalized idea of what those goals may be?
So I've had a sales-driven business for a very large company, and they had a huge goal going into the season of last year, and I was coaching one of their executives, and we were working towards, we took the goal, we broke the goal down, we assigned the goal out to her team, and this is really applying it into business, because having them have something that they're constantly focused on gives them the drive, and also asking them, what are you going to do to achieve that goal? And it helps them in the path of thinking about, okay, I'm accountable for this, and then what do I need to do? So it's getting the creative juices going for experts that are in their field that may be challenged or could be emotionally taking on more than they need to. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's understanding how to separate yourself emotionally from that, from somebody not giving you the results, but they just don't know how to give you the results. So once they're taught how to, then they know what it is that they need to do, and it becomes a lot easier for all parties involved. So I love working with companies and corporations like that, because it really does help to, it's very tangible. Honestly, it's very tangible.
Yes, that's so true. That's so interesting that you say to separate the goal from the emotional aspect of it.
Yes.
Because the emotions will be a roller coaster throughout the process. So how do you stay on track? How do you stay focused?
Yeah.
I love that. And so it's what a great company, and a great idea to really help people be productive members of society.
Yeah,
that's
it's
wonderful.
all about growth.
It really is.
Yeah.
So Aaliyah, where can we go to follow you on social media, on your website?
Sure, my website is sublimeknowledge.com. Personally, you can find me at AaliyahYasminKhan.com, and we're on Instagram, Sublime Knowledge. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn. You can find me as well. So
wonderful.
Everywhere.
Well, the author of Succeeding in Business in Any Market, Aaliyah Yasmin Khan, plus the founder of Sublime Knowledge. So wonderful to have you here on the couch.
Thank you.
Love just diving in just to the little scratching the surface of what you do, and it sounds like a really great business.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We've got a lot more on our show. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
We're on Highway 6. Stone Ridge Road is the nearest intersection.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
It looks like a person has been hit that was waiting at the bus stop. He's lying on the ground, and his bag is shot all over the place, and he's unresponsive.
My name is Chief Greg Daly with the Avon Police Department. We are making a public appeal in respect to the tragic loss of Jack Ladisic, who was killed on March 5th of this year. Jack had come to the Vail Valley for many, many years. He was an avid skier and skied with the same group of friends for over 40 years. As a 76-year-old, he was an amazingly active individual. Jack was tragically lost on the night of March 5th, and he was left on the side of the road after somebody hit him with a vehicle. We are appealing to our community for any information that you may know about this event, or if you have any information about the person that was driving that vehicle that night.
Hello, I'm Detective Sergeant Herrera with the Avon Police Department. On the night of March 5th, 2024, Jack Ladisic was walking westbound on Highway 6 at approximately 6:45 p.m. He was struck by a vehicle and killed. The vehicle left the scene. We know this to be a white, smaller vehicle reported by a witness. You are now seeing a video of a volunteer wearing similar clothing to what Jack was wearing that night. If you have any information or have heard of any information regarding that tragedy that night, please contact the Avon Police Department. We are seeking justice for Jack.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
You don't need to go far to experience hot springs from around the world. There are 10 new pebble bottom experience pools at Iron Mountain Hot Springs, featuring mineral formulas made to replicate hot springs from global destinations. The new area is called World Springs, and it's for ages 21 and over. Each country's pool has unique healing properties, such as this pool inspired by the waters of Bali. According to their website, sulfate and magnesium make up 74% of the minerals found in the Banjar hot springs in Bali, and it's said to benefit skin and sleep health and reduce inflammation. The general manager, Aaron McAllister, tells us about some of his most popular formulas.
With our Blue Lagoon formula, we have silica in there, as well as sodium, calcium, magnesium, at different levels, right? So you go to Vichy, France, and in that recipe, there will be different amounts of calcium, magnesium in there, which will provide different kind of benefits for each person getting into there. So with the World Springs location on our property, you can be in, Bath, England, and then move quickly over to South Korea. And again, we've got 30 different recipes that will start to cycle in. Well, that's what's exciting, is you can really experience the difference. Literally, you'll know when you get in, you can touch and feel that mineral water. It'll help with muscle, it'll soreness, fatigue, inflammation. So they'll be different depending on which one you get into.
And another therapy they offer is the 55-degree cold plunge.
It's cold. There's chicken skins, definitely goosebumps. Ice challenge all over again.
So what makes you want to get into ice cold water?
That man's birthday. We said, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he said cold plunges.
You can go in and you feel it and then you come back out and it's like, ah.
Despite the benefits, I wasn't quite brave enough to get all the way in. I did, however, enjoy this 108-degree garnet pool right on the Colorado River in what is the legacy section of the hot springs, where children over 5 are welcome.
So on our legacy side, the 16 original mineral pools are all named after gems. It's true geothermal. We don't heat that water. It comes up from the ground, flows into the pool, turns over every 2 hours, meaning that pool cycles every 2 hours with new water. And then that mineral water actually we discharge into the river.
And Iron Mountain Hot Springs is open all year round, even in the snow.
What's really neat is that as the water in the mineral pools leaves, we capture it before it goes to the river. We pump it back up, and then we actually heat the sidewalks with that mineral water. So during a snowstorm, sidewalks are not warm to the touch, but they're not icy.
So come and experience hot springs from around the world, all in one location.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Eight-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly rely on my Amazon Alexa every day to help me get through my day, whether it's reminders, timers, all of the above, but you can do so much more. Joining me today is technology expert Mark Saltzman to talk about how you can make your home even more smart. Mark, how are you this morning?
I'm great, Kimberly. Thanks so much for having me on the show. I hope you are doing well too. And yes, I have partnered with a few great brands today that I think will help improve your smart home experience and for your viewers too.
I love it. So smart homes, everybody is all about making the home more convenient and a better place, a better environment to live in. So let's talk about it. You know, we've got clean air, we've got lighting, we've got Amazon delivery. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, I think clean air is a great place to start. It is spring. Those allergens may be annoying your viewers. They are for me. So smart air purifiers are where it's at. This is the Levoit Vital 200S. It's super powerful as it tackles pet fur, allergens, as I mentioned, like pollen, my nemesis, odors, all the stuff we don't want to breathe. It cleans a big space quickly. Plus the app gives you total control as you can check your home's air quality from anywhere. You can even set schedules, and it's super quiet. You barely know it's there. So for me, it's all about cleaner air and total convenience. I love the app. It's so intuitive. And you can find out more at levoit.com.
I know I've seen the rise of the air purifier all over the internet. So I love that that has an app that you can use to adjust the settings as necessary. So what else can we look forward to as technology advances for our homes?
Sure. Well, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you're going to want to check out Amazon Key in-garage delivery. So instead of leaving packages out in the open, making them vulnerable to those nasty porch pirates out there, they go right into your garage, which also protects them from bad weather. It works with most smart garages, so setup is a breeze. Just select in-garage delivery at checkout at Amazon.com, and the delivery driver does the rest. You can even customize when and how you use it, so you're totally in control. You can learn more at Amazon.com/tryAmazonKey. It is free for Prime members, which is awesome.
No, it's free for Prime members. That's pretty great. I love the term porch pirate because it is true. So what other technology can we look at this year?
Yeah, well, speaking of protection, the Vivint smart home system is a standout here because everything works together seamlessly. It's one central hub and app that controls all your devices. So as you can see, with one tap on a phone or tablet, you can lock your doors, shut your garage, check your cameras, and lower your thermostat, all while sitting on your couch or from anywhere, really. With Vivint, you can start simple, like their Doorbell Camera Pro, or maybe their smart door locks, as an example, and then add on as you go. It's a completely modular system. That's true customization that is really important to me. And you can check it out at vivint.com.
So we've talked about working our way from the outside in with the smart key and with the home security system. We've talked about the air purifying. So what other ways can we make our environment more convenient and more relaxing or tailored to what we need?
Sure. Well, a great way to end off, Kimberly, is with the Sync Outdoor Smart Plug. So now let's head outside, right? So it's perfect because it can control all sorts of things outside your home by simply using the Sync app. So we're talking patio lights, water fountains, a pool pump, or for me, controlling my smart grill from anywhere. So I'm indoors, I want to spark up my grill or my smoker, I can do that on the app. The best part is setting schedules, like having lights automatically turn on at sundown, all without lifting a finger. Plus, each socket can be controlled individually if you like, or grouped together. It's really up to you. And it's a super easy and affordable way to upgrade your outdoor and patio space. And you can find it at Lowe's stores and at Lowes.com.
That's so cool that you can individually control these sockets and the outlets. That's really impressive technology. Well, Mark, we appreciate your knowledge and your expertise. Where can we go for more information?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me today. You can visit inthenews.tv for links and more info. And if you like my approach to breaking down geek speak into street speak, you can also find me on social media at Mark Saltzman.
Well, Mark, enjoy your day. Thank you so much for sharing these wonderful innovations to make our homes a little bit easier to live in and more fun. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
As do I. Thanks so much.
Now stay tuned. We have a bit more on our show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Well, we certainly love our fun national holidays, and today is National Chocolate Chip Day, which might be my favorite day, I have to say. So Gretchen and I were in the kitchen earlier this year, and we made a 3-ingredient chocolate chip muffin, pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. So let's take a look. We're here
We're
the kitchen.
in the kitchen. I like it.
You know, it's always so much fun to be in the kitchen because we get to experiment with recipes, and I am determined. I've decided that I'm helping make you and Ross expert cooks.
I knew this.
throughout
Ross
the
and
show.
I. We should do a little like Top Chef moment where it's like who does better, Ross or I. That'd be
That's true,
hilarious.
and then I'll be the judge. I'm totally on board with that. I love it. So we're gonna actually make one of my favorite recipes, and I used to think this was a secret recipe because my roommate used to make it. My old roommate, we're no longer, but she used to make these all the time, and we'd always be so excited. Dana, make your pumpkin muffins.
Ooh,
so today we are going to try it. Turns out it's quite easy to make.
And I like that chocolate chips are involved. Anytime you say pumpkin and chocolate chip, I'm there. I'm here for it.
So you can make this 3 ingredients or less. Typically the base is just a spice cake box mix and then pumpkin puree. So you don't want to use the pumpkin pie puree that you can get already made because it's got extra spices and things like that. But what's fun about this recipe too is if you didn't have the spice mix, you can actually just use like a white cake or a yellow cake box mix.
So you can kind of mix it
and
up
then,
and figure, okay,
and then add in the pumpkin pie spice. But we've got the spice cake. We don't even have to worry about it.
Simple.
Keeping it simple, not stupid.
I was just about to say keep it simple.
Yes, exactly.
Keep it simple, stupid.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We actually have our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
Okay.
Which is really great. We're actually going to bake these for about 20 minutes. So that's about the time that it takes. So that being said, let's get to assembling I was going to say cupcakes, the muffins.
Same difference. We're good.
Personal opinion, you can have pumpkin any time of year. What do you think?
Agreed. Yeah. Oh, pumpkin is my favorite. Pumpkin pie all year round. Love it.
All year round, exactly. So we've got our box cakes mix. We've got the pumpkin puree. So Gretchen, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and getting started on opening that can. And then we're also gonna, we're just gonna blend it all together, line our muffin tin, pop it all in the oven, put some chocolate chips into it. It's
I like
the easiest. And you know, you can do a variety on this recipe if you wanted to with chocolate chips. You can add in walnuts, pecans, you know, or pecans, depending on how you want to say it.
The other day when you asked me, I had to say it 3 times. I'm like, pecan, pecan, pecan. I don't know what's right.
Or, you know, raisins or dried cranberries. But we're going to go with the sweet side because it's Friday, and why not?
Why not? It is Friday. It feels like a Friday. I'm ready for this weekend and closing day weekend, so we can celebrate.
It's so much fun. So, okay, so you open the pumpkin pie. So I'll go ahead and scoop it in here. If you wouldn't mind opening the spice mix.
Yes.
And then we'll add that in there as well. And then you can just blend it all together. So it'll be a denser batter than probably what you're used to if you're making a cake. You know, usually you'll have eggs and oil. But
I just love this because it's 3 items. I mean, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
You can't mess up with this.
And you can really just make it with 2 if you absolutely were in dire straits. But you know
what were you saying about cranberries as well? You can make it
like dried cranberries in
fruit.
Super Thanksgiving-esque.
Yes.
I like dried cranberries all time of year as well. So we're going to scoop all of this in here. And then while you open that bag of spice mix, always risky. There might be some scissors in the drawer.
I know. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I have nails. One of our cameramen is looking at me like, please don't get this all over yourself and the camera.
You know, if you're not getting messy in the kitchen, I don't think you're doing it right. You know?
There we
go.
So
we've got our spice mix. So it's that easy. Spice mix, pumpkin pie, or pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie, because it's got added spices to it.
And I have to say, Kim, it smells so good. I love it already.
It smells like the holidays. I don't mean to rush the summer, but
I know,
I was just thinking about the holidays.
It totally does, yes.
And we love it here. So you have 2 options. We can hand mix this in, which I think I will, just so that it doesn't, you know,
get all
powder all over us, create a powder cloud. We don't want to do that. And while I'm doing that, Gretchen, if you want to line our muffin tins, you can also, if you don't have muffin liners, that's okay. You can just spray some cooking oil or vegetable oil or even butter along that, and we'll just line it just like that.
I think this is fun too because you could get like kind of funky with it and do like little glitter sparkles or like, you know what I mean? Make it
a little bit of
festive.
edible glitter.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, that's not a bad idea there.
Anytime you can have glitter, why not glitter it up, right?
That's true. Well, you know, closing weekend, Gretchen, is there a specific meal that you like to have before your last day on the slopes? Like a breakfast that's a little bit hearty, maybe some pumpkin muffins?
Oh, I will be having pumpkin muffins. You know, I am a big egg fan. That's kind of my go-to, is I love having eggs or, you know, a good old Nutri-Grain bar.
Nutri-Grain bar, that's exactly it.
For the ones of us that don't cook a lot.
So lots of exciting activities that are happening this weekend.
A lot.
You know, we've got Vail has their formal closing bash today.
It's so cool.
And then,
yeah.
What else is going on? You know, this is my first closing season.
Oh my
here.
gosh. So the mountain is crazy all weekend long. The town is going to be just insane this weekend. I've had probably, I don't even know how many, a lot of people from Aspen and all over the country writing me and saying, oh, are you going to be there? What are you doing? And I'm like, my mom and dad are here. I'm excited.
It's such a fun weekend to have them in town.
Oh my gosh, totally.
It is buzzing with activity. I know
there's so much going on. The Chasing Rabbits always has something going on, and they have a DJ. And then, like you said, there's a closing day DJ. There's a party for free, which is awesome.
And then like ski races are happening today from I think 12 to 3.
Exactly.
It's pretty great. You know, you can always head over to the Vail Mountain social media to check that out.
They do a great job of
Get on their website. I'm a big fan of closing days.
It's so fun because everyone, you know, it's a sense of community and everyone comes together, and this season has been highs and lows, good weather, not so good weather, but everyone's had fun and you all come together. It's family feel, and it's just that moment of like, you know what, we'll see you next year.
It's true. Well, our batter is mixed.
Okay.
Do we want to throw in the chocolate chips?
I say yes.
I say yes too. So if you wouldn't mind opening up the chocolate chips.
Who says no to chocolate chips? Something's wrong with that person.
People don't like chocolate. I don't trust them.
Yeah, right. I'm like that with people that don't like dogs anymore. I'm like, you know, you're not a dog lover. I don't know about you.
So we'll just do, I don't know, about half the package. You can measure it out if you want to. I like mine a little bit extra chocolatey.
Me too.
I don't love a muffin that's got like 3 chocolate chips in it. I mean, are you kidding? Why even bother?
I know a man sitting to the right off stage, my dad, who will be very excited for all the chocolate. He is a chocolate connoisseur.
I love it. I love it. So we'll just kind of do a quick stir, and then here's the best part, and this is totally up to you if you want to scoop it into the muffin tin. You can either just scoop it, or I like to keep it a little bit even with an ice cream scoop.
I literally thought you were going to say, or you can just dive right in with your hands. I'm like, Kim, I'm not
I mean,
savage.
honestly, what's great about this recipe, it is actually fully vegan. You know, we did the spice cake mix, the pumpkin puree, and these are vegan plant-based chocolate chips. So
smells so
yeah,
good.
pretty great. So we'll just keep scooping them all in, and then if you are interested in that and you don't eat dairy, you don't eat eggs, whatever it is, this is the perfect muffin recipe.
I just want to take a bite. It looks so good.
Well, and that's the best part, that it is edible, so you can eat it raw, unlike cookie dough. Even though
I'm going in.
I still eat cookie dough raw. Oh, she did it. She
did
it.
It's so good.
Awesome.
Yummy.
Well, I'll keep scooping for you.
Can I just keep on?
You can keep on doing that, and we'll just scoop it so we can get these muffin tins. That's a little bit of a bigger scoop than I wanted, but
what a cool! I love this. So, okay, as you're scooping, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Did your friend, your old roommate, let you know how she found this? Where did she find this recipe?
I don't know. She did not actually, but
we might be sharing a family secret right here.
I doubt it. The internet also has the recipe.
TikTok. There we go.
You know, I'm a big fan of the internet TikTok recipes. So we're just going to finish scooping these in here and then pop them into the oven, and it's going to be perfect because it's honestly my favorite Friday breakfast to date, I think, as you can see.
I love this, and I'll feel good about eating it because it's not that awful for you.
It's true.
And it tastes really,
I would say it's fairly healthy. If you wanted to make it extra healthy, you'd just do a different,
right?
You know, a cake mix that's not necessarily mainstream.
And I will say, just the batter itself was delicious, and I'm not just saying that; it was real good. It was real good.
I'm a big fan of all kinds of batter.
Me too.
Cake batter, cookie batter, all the batter and ice cream. You know, it is what it is.
It sparks joy, as it
does
were,
spark
as
joy.
it was.
And we're just gonna scrape the bowl here, and hopefully I don't get my fluffy white shirt. You know, I always seem to wear the white shirts on the days that I'm in the kitchen with the messiest.
I know, literally, it's just like hanging on.
So we'll just do this. There we go.
Oh, Kim, they look beautiful.
They do, really. And you know, what's great about the ice cream scoop is that it kind of keeps them uniform. So we'll scrape a little bit down into
That
here.
was a really good call. That was very easy. And that's something I wouldn't have always thought to do. So there you go.
It's great. So muffins are ready. Do you want to put them in the oven?
Yes, please.
All right, we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. and then they're just gonna hang out in the oven. We'll pull them out either nice and warm or cool. The chocolate will melt. It'll taste like holidays and joy. It sparks
like
joy
heaven.
in my life.
I love it. It does. Yes, sparks joy. I love it.
Awesome. Well, we've got a lot happening. We've got National Poker Day.
National
I had
Poker
a
Day.
conversation with a professional poker player just before he went into the tournament. It turns out he won the tournament.
That's such an oh, he won.
He did. So I can't wait to show you that conversation. But we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson. I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? Chenna Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at Chenna Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
The Paltrowcast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrowcast. Tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. for Offbeat Cinema, where the coffee is always hot and the movies are oh so cool. Find us on Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is encouraging people to have bold conversations about mental health, and specifically to ask directly about suicide if things are not working. It's part of their new campaign, Talk Away the Dark, where Maddie had a conversation with Vic Armstrong. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. It's really important that we talk about how May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and a great way to do that is to talk away the dark. And I'm joined by Vic Armstrong, who's going to give us some more information. Good morning, Vic.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, you've got a very large job title, so can you give us just a little look into what that is?
Yeah, well, let me start by tell you a little bit about the organization, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Our mission is to save lives and bring hope to those impacted by suicide. We are the nation's largest suicide prevention organization and the world's largest private funder of suicide research. We have chapters in all 50 states, plus Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. So we have chapters that your listeners can connect with. But my role at FSP, I am Vice President of Health Equity and Engagement. And what that involves is providing equity and clinical expertise across our policy, across our programs, and across our communications. So a lot of what I focus on is how we create space to have conversations in communities that we may not have had conversations with in the past, and realizing that oftentimes the conversation around suicide prevention and awareness and mental health in general, oftentimes these look different for different communities because different communities have been socialized differently around how suicide impacts them. And so a lot of my role is helping us think through how do we connect differently with communities so they see themselves in the work that we do.
Now, something that's really important as we're talking about mental health is how you can recognize that someone might be struggling and how you can talk to them about their mental health. So can you give us some more tips and tricks on how people could maybe speak to their loved ones about their mental health?
Yeah, so first of all, we do recognize it's a very difficult conversation for people to have. It's often a conversation people are uncomfortable with. And oftentimes people who are struggling with their mental health or who are having thoughts of suicide, they will oftentimes reach out for help in ways that may make sense to them, but we don't always recognize them. So we try to teach people how to recognize the risks and the warning signs that someone may be struggling with their mental health. And those risks and warning signs often come in the form of changes in talk, change in mood, change in behavior. So change in talk may look like someone actually saying that I'm thinking about killing myself, and always take talk of suicide seriously. It may be someone just simply saying, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just tired. You want to lean into those conversations and really inquire about what that means. You may see change in mood. Change in mood may be someone who has traditionally been more downbeaten or someone who is more low key. Now all of a sudden they're more upbeat, more elated. Maybe they've decided that my troubles are over because I don't want to be here. I won't be here tomorrow. Or you may see changes in behavior. Those may be things like someone engaging in more risk-taking behavior. It may be someone increasing their use of drugs or alcohol. So you want to be aware of all of those changes in behavior. And if you see those changes, we encourage people to ask directly if you think that someone may be thinking about suicide. We know there's often stigma attached to that, in that people are afraid that if I ask the question, I'm going to put the thought in their heads. Research says the opposite is true. You don't make someone suicidal by asking them, but you may open up the space for that person to be able to talk about what's going on with them, and that may be healing for them. If you're looking for resources on how to have those conversations, we do have resources on our website. You can go to afsp.org/talkawaythedark. Our Talk Away the Dark campaign, it really is a guide that illustrates, it's a depiction of how you have conversation with someone who may be experiencing suicidal thoughts, but they're not openly talking about it. You see an illustration of someone having a caring conversation and then connecting that person with help. We also have in that same space, our Real Convo guides. And our Real Convo guide gives you a guide for how to engage in that conversation, how to have the conversation with the individual, and then how to connect them with help. And our new Real Combo guide even gives you tips on how to talk to someone if they may be hesitant about seeking help. If someone says to you, I don't want to go into therapy, I've been in therapy before, it didn't work. or I don't want to take medication, or I don't want to end up going in the hospital. Our new Real Convo Guide gives you step-by-step instruction on how to talk to that person. In all of these instances, we encourage you to talk with them privately, to listen to their story carefully, give them an opportunity to talk about what's going on with them, to let them know that they're being heard, that you validate their feelings. Don't debate with them about what they're feeling, but listen, have open, honest conversation. If you feel that they are experiencing suicidal thoughts, ask them directly and then point them to help.
Now, how common is suicide in the U.S.? Only because it is something we're talking about. You cover all 50 states. And so how often does it happen?
So we saw an increase from 2021 to 2022 of about 3%. So we're at about 50,000 suicides in 2022. And while even one death by suicide is way too many, I think the thing for me that is a little bit comforting is that we understand, even though we've seen this increase in suicide, we understand today much better than we did even 5 years ago about how to reach into communities and to reach people before they reach that point of suicidality. We're getting in, we have more research on upstream suicide prevention and awareness, and we have more information now on how to engage communities, and we created more resources that allow us to engage communities and engage people where they live, work, play, and worship. And that gives us encouragement that that we are prepared to deal with these changes and to provide resources for people who are hurting.
Now, you gave us all the great information that people can expect to see on your website. If someone in your family, someone that you love so dearly is struggling, how can you encourage them in a great way and a kind, empathetic way to start seeking help?
Well, the first thing is, if you suspect that they are thinking about suicide, ask them directly. Let them know that you're asking them because you care about them. Validate their feelings. You may not understand what they're going through, but because you don't understand their pain does not mean that their pain isn't real. Let them know that they matter, that their life matters, that their pain matters, and that you want to connect them with resources because you value them and because you care about them. And then if that person's hesitant, you can also offer to make the call with them. If you need to call emergency services, I encourage people, if you're able to stay with that person until the emergency services arrive. Let them know that they are not alone. People who are experiencing suicidal thoughts oftentimes have lost hope, they've lost social connection. And by you being there with them, letting them know that you value them, that you care about them, that you love them, you may be that conduit that offers them that hope and that social connection that just may save their lives.
Which is such an important role for people to take. Now, one more time, what's the website if people would like to find more information?
So you can find information on Talk Away the Dark in our Real Convo Guide at afsp.org/talkawaythedark. You can find resources for your local community at afsp.org. If you want to find out how to join a walk in your community, if you want to find out how you can find supportive resources in your community, if you want to connect with your local chapter, we have local chapters that stand ready and willing to engage with communities to provide trainings, to provide support. You can find all of that on our website at afsp.org.
Vic, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the hard work you do, not only in our local communities, but in communities across the U.S. We're really grateful.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Make sure that if you or someone you know is struggling with your mental health, that you use these great resources that Talk Away the Dark has to offer, only because you could help save a life. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
What a show it has been. It is Wednesday, May 15th, and it has been a great one. I can't believe we're in the middle of May, but we want to take a look at today's hourly forecast. As you can see, we've got clouds all day long, high of 55. We are finally seeing those springtime temperatures, and it has been a good one with a little peak of sunshine here and there. Thank you so much to Aaliyah Yasmin Khan joining us today to talk about how to map the mind and more.
See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door.
Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at